Good evening, my fellow Americans. As you can see, there is a poster up on the wall through the medium. It's probably fuzzy and can't be read, so I'll read it for you. It's from a person I know as a D- student, and it starts out, all peoples need things that shock them awake into paying attention and to give them a renewed perspective. That's actually a political logo that was in a magazine that both myself and D- student are both interested in, this particular magazine. And on the top you see 3 campaign posters. The one in the middle says the best man for the job is a woman. The one on the right repeats it and says the best man for the job is a woman. On the far left, there's an Obama, 08, and it says VP for VP, the on-the-job training. And you ask me why I want to say that. Our nation needs to heal so deep that all the years between me and the person that took 5 minutes of her time to boot the most important and most positive person out of the contention in 5 minutes, a short speech on national TV, to push all of her energy, all of her power, and all of her money behind Mr. Obama. Mr. Obama, I know you're a very smart man. To go to Harvard, you have to be smart. You have an eloquent way of speaking. You have at your service the best scriptwriters, the best. Your advertisements for the presidency are very, very compelling. Everybody wants change. Well, what I see in my heart from the D- student's perspective and myself, the Shaman Spieques, is change, but the word change is a constant awakening, a dream, a nightmare of chaos, total chaos. You asked at one point, Mr. Obama, why should I consider being a VP if I'm not good enough to be your president? Well, sir, it takes a lot to be president of the United States. It's going to take a lot to be the next president. I'm sure you understand that. You have a lot of people behind you. They're working very, very hard and diligent. And my heart is heavy to know that in a short few moments prior to the convention of this past year, Miss Oprah Winfrey spoke for 5 minutes and boosted you to where you're at today. To me, you're just a puppet of what you should really be, a smart, intelligent man, and can see the light that being a vice president for 8 years will help prepare you to be one of the greatest leaders of our great and ever-changing nation. What I see in the future is disaster. We are in a posture of war over oil, and we Americans are so separated from reality by the TV, by the media. Whatever happened to that school that Miss Oprah started in South Africa? I understand in a tearful 2 minutes on her own show, she announced that there was some illegal prostitution going on down there. How can she support good things when she supports things that turn to total disaster? That is just the mockery of the power that she has over each and every American, that we are so amplified to the TV, it is unbelievable. The bottom of my poster says, the true disaster awakens those who are able to save our desperate masses. My fellow Americans, that lies with each and every one of us. As Mr. O said in one of his commercials, it's time for us to turn off the TV. It's time to take our children and our families together and read. Read the Bible and pray. Read. Develop oneself. Don't allow the Hollywood to take control of our lives. I see so many children and so many people living their lives out as they see it portrayed on TV. The divorce rate in America is incredible. And in my way of thinking, I'm having a really hard time thinking of any type of socialist government. One of the biggest socialist programs we have in America is welfare. Mr. Obama, your people have been receiving welfare from the Johnson administration for 40 years. I am a white, poor man that has never, ever taken government help. I serve my country, I believe in God, and I pray desperately for the masses that are learned helplessness. The fact is, Mr. Obama, 72 to 88% of the people which you represent, just by the color of your skin, are incarcerated in our state, federal, and county penal systems. That is a product of a social government. Do we really need that? No, we don't. Each and every American has to wake up and make a conscious decision as to who they want for president for the next term. And I think, Mr. Obama, if you had taken Hillary Clinton's lead and become her vice president, you would have made a great, great president. But do you know, sir, what a lame duck president is? I'm sure you do because you're a Harvard graduate. But I don't think you've ever looked in that direction. You're so fluffed up right now with the power of Oprah, it boggles my mind. And I have a simple mind, but it goes deep with wisdom, understanding, and compassion for each and every person in America. We have time to think, but we don't. We flip on the TV, listen to the news, and we take what they say. People are making decisions and choices on what you are saying over the air. You have the idea that you could pass health care, you could save the money markets, you could save the financial system, but it took, in the 8 years that Mrs. Clinton was in the White House, she couldn't even get her health care package passed. We are a country of great diversity, and at this time, our capitalistic way of life has made us one of the strongest nations among the nations of the world under fire. I'd like to tell you that this time every year the stock market flip-flops. Plus the fact that it's a very controversial election year has made it worse. The media is playing into our fears, and people are just afraid this time of year, as well as because of the election. We have a lot of things that need to be changed in our country. I just think that we do need change, but the question is, who is the best person for the job? And it's sad to say that Miss Oprah booted Senator Clinton out of the contention in just a few short moments. So I'd like to elaborate on the last paragraph of my poster. This is true disaster awakens those who are able to save our desperate masses. That comes from within each side of, and comes from inside each of us. We have the ability, whether we choose or not to, or choose to, what to do. We have free will. We have so much going on in our world and in our country that distract us away from the truth and reality of what needs to be done. And eloquent words aren't going to change things. And I don't know exactly what to say to you all, but I pray and hope that we're able to make the right choice and the right decisions, and the best of our choices is elected for president. And thank you. for listening to me.